The Catholic Church recently made headlines for updating its approach to capital punishment. But as Lauren Ashburn reports, the issue remains controversial among Catholics and is at odds with President Trump and the American public.
A merciful father encouraging prisoner rehabilitation.
For him to come here to see us, it shows that he cares, that he loves, and it gives people a second chance.
Pope Francis makes it a priority to pray with jailed felons in cities around the world, as he did here in Philadelphia in 2015. And he has another goal: protect prisoners from the death penalty. He joins Pope John Paul II and Pope Benedict XVI, who lobbied to end capital punishment. In August, Pope Francis updated the Catechism to define the death penalty as inadmissible. The move created conflict with the Trump administration and stoked a debate among faithful Catholics that continues today.
Seeking the death penalty says that someone is invaluable, that they possess no worth.
Chrisanne Valancourt Murphy is the executive director of the U.S. Catholic Mobilizing Network. It educates, advocates, and prays for an end to the death penalty.
From a moral perspective, no one is excluded from God's love, and no one is beyond redemption.
But Father Thomas Petrie says you can't rule out the death penalty as an option. The dean of the Dominican House of Studies in Washington, D.C., believes it comes down to prudential judgment.
I don't think the Church can ever say that the death penalty is an intrinsic evil, because the Church's magisterial teaching has always said it's been an acceptable punishment.
We will make America great again.
President Trump supports the death penalty, including using it to end America's drug problem.
These people kill thousands of people over the course of their lives through drugs. So we're going to have to get much, much tougher in terms of penalty. And if you want to stop it, you look at certain countries where they have, as an example, the death penalty, and say, how's your drug problem? And they will tell you, we don't have much of a drug problem.
Being a drug dealer is a certain grave offense. It's a grave crime. But does it rise to the level of requiring the death of the offender? I don't see how that rationally follows.
The Pew Research Center says in the last 20 years, support for the death penalty has fallen from 78 to 54%. The same survey shows Catholic support has fallen to 53%. Valancourt Murphy calls it a seismic shift.
There is a wave of public opinion that does not believe that we should be using capital punishment in this country.
19 states have outlawed the death penalty, including 7 in the last decade. And the practice is on hold in at least 9 of the 31 states that still allow it.
The Church is never going to want to step into the affairs of the state in determining those punishments, provided that the state is not inflicting intrinsically evil punishments, such as torturing prisoners.
Nebraska recently executed Carrie Dean Moore. Texas has 2 executions scheduled this month. Both states are led by Catholic governors.
But Catholics are well placed to make a difference, to be moved by their faith, and to end the death penalty in the United States.
And Pope Francis doesn't want it to stop there. He's advocating for the end of the death penalty around the world. Our thanks to Lauren Ashburn for the report.